What's going on, guys? It's Alex from PenPath with a quick tip on scaling your paid media performance. I think this is going to be a really helpful way for you to think about analysis and quickly getting to what matters and what's actionable. So I wanted to share this tip to you today through the eyes of Sally's Seashell Jackets. It's an e-commerce store, and she's doing a quick analysis, and here's how you can do the same. She starts by first looking at all of her traffic and thinking about that as a good starting point to segment her efforts. And basically, she noticed that paid search was a huge portion of those efforts. Of her traffic. And so therefore she said, okay, well, this is meaningful enough to say, hey, how do I scale this knowing that it's working well? And so of course you can go to Google Ads and understand what you're doing well, and then you increase those budgets, right? But what I wanted to talk to you today about was a little bit more about segmentation and naming your campaigns in order to make this a little bit of an easier process, and how also you should be looking at some of the GA data with it. So in this example, let's just say that you're looking at prospecting. We typically see a lot of agencies not give that segment enough credit. So if you kind of blend all of these together, you're going to have a much higher average ROAS. Whereas if you just look at prospecting, it's more realistic in terms of maybe some of those opportunities to bring people in the funnel and get that awareness up. So within prospecting, you of course can have shopping prospecting ads. So maybe people that are looking for jackets, these might still have a higher ROAS, search ads, YouTube, and display. So looking at that segment might be really interesting. Maybe you want to compare all your prospecting results with your branded and retargeting and just see how those are really comparing. Because if you're like most marketing teams, you might have a similar strategy as the one you see here. So in this case, maybe you have a lot of prospecting ads that promote content, tips, awareness for your customers, right? Things that they would like. In this case, maybe you're talking about fashionable night out jackets versus, going to the beach jackets, who knows, right? And I wanted to give you some tips on what metrics you might want to analyze. And so if you go to GA and you filter by campaign, you might want to look at time on site, page views, and bounce rate for prospecting, and making sure that if you are promoting content that people are, of course, reading it, engaging with it, and of course maybe even converting. So there's no reason why you can't look at ROAS, of course, for prospecting, but you definitely want to make sure you're looking at ROAS for retargeting and branded campaigns. Looking at conversion rate, AOV, revenue, and ROAS is going to be really, really key. So I want to kind of finish off these quick tips by suggesting some nomenclature ideas. So as you name your campaigns, your ad sets, it's good to leave a little breadcrumb trail for yourself so you can create these really powerful segments here and tell a more complete story other than just like, hey, paid search is working. And so here's a couple of just examples. You can make these as complicated or as simple as you may want, but you might want to do something like this where you name your campaigns like, maybe the year, prospecting or retargeting, maybe the effort that you're doing, within the platform, and then, of course, maybe the product that you're promoting or product category. These are really good, ways to then, in retrospectively look and group your ads and see, which ones are driving performance and which ones are not. And then you can obviously continue to rinse and repeat from there. Anyways, here's your quick tips from myself, Alex, CEO at PenPath, and hopefully it was helpful. Other than that, I will talk to you guys later.